everyone, my name is Regina and welcome to my channel. Today I have a fun video. I am doing my first tag on YouTube. So the tag I'm doing is the Eyeshadow Wardrobe Tag. It was created by Morgan Turner and Charlotte Holdcroft here on YouTube. I will link their videos down below as well. And I thought it would be a fun video to do again because I haven't done a tag before. So I thought this tag will be fun because I get a chance to go through my little palette collection, see what palette I would use or have used for a special event or occasion. Now there are a list of these special occasions and it's fun to see, you know, which palette that I've used or I have used for each of these occasions. So if you're interested in knowing what I have, what palette I would use for an occasion or event, stay tuned. Also do the tag too. I'm interested in seeing like what you guys have, what palette you would use for what occasion. All right, so the first occasion will be wedding/wedding guests. Now, the palette that I chose for that occasion would be the Pat McGrath palette, Divine Rose palette. I got the limited edition packaging one. It's baked like a bubblegum pink. Now, the reason why I chose this palette is because I love rosy tones. I love romantic looking eyeshadows, soft eyeshadows, and that is something I will wear for a wedding. So this is how the palette looks. Now this is definitely a palette that is soft. You can make this a little bit, make it a little bold if you want to, make a bold look, but it's definitely like a romantic palette. Let me go ahead and give you some swatches of the shades that I do really like in here. Would be this one, and let's see, this one. Beautiful. That is gorgeous. All right, the next occasion would be date night. So when I think of date night, I think of something a little vampy, something that is not as soft. So I chose the Charlotte Tilbury Vintage Vamp Luxury Palette. This has been around for a while, but these are definitely my shades. There is some swatches of this palette. So you could definitely make this palette soft, but you could also make it a little bit more of a deeper look, more of a bold look. And that's probably what I would do for it if I was going on a date, but that is the palette. Next occasion is girls' night. Fall is approaching. My girls' night look will probably be vampy again. I would do maybe plums and burgundy. And that just perfectly describes the Urban Decay Naked Cherry palette. I would do like a little burgundy vampy look with maybe a deep wine or purpley lip. Oh, that's just like, that's my ideal girls' night out like in the fall. So I'm gonna go ahead and swatch some of these for you. I use this palette a couple times, but I'm definitely gonna use it a lot since fall is approaching. Yes, that would do it. That is my girls' night out palette right there. A nice deep lip, yes. All right, next occasion would be vacation. So when I think of a vacation, I think of taking a small amount of makeup, you know, nothing that's gonna be heavy, that's travel friendly. And when I think of that, I think of the Natasha Denona Mini Retro palette. And plus these have like the perfect colors for vacation. So that is the retro palette. You could just throw it in your bag. Don't worry about it breaking. Don't worry about it being a heavy palette. It's perfect. So honestly, if I were to take this on vacation, because I would be so like into doing a fast makeup look, I would typically just use two shades. It would probably be this crease color here, this color right here on the lid, or this color here on the lid. Or you could do green if you want to do green, but this is what I would probably do. The crease or one of these colors. Simple. So this would be my perfect vacation palette. So the palette that I would use for graduation would be the Too Faced Sweet Peach palette. I chose the Too Faced Sweet Peach palette because I know graduation is usually in spring/summer. And I thought this would be a perfect palette to use because you could do either a neutral look or, you know, some color if you wanted to add some color to your look. So this is the palette that I chose for graduation. Now I am going to swatch some of my favorite shades, and I want to say is it Luscious or Bellini? It's one of these. It's one of these shades. Well, maybe it's both of them. It could be both of them. I think you guys are noticing what type of shades I like. I love champagne-y, pinky shades. So that is Too Faced. So the next occasion would be Christmas. Now, this was pretty easy for me. I didn't have to really think too hard. Now for Christmas, it would be another Too Faced palette. It would be the Chocolate Gold palette, simply because it has all these glittery, sparkly shades, and it just gives me holiday vibes, especially this green here. So I'm gonna go ahead and swatch this green. So pretty, so metallic. I love it. So what other shade I would use? Probably maybe this silver here, Dripping Diamonds, and then we have Rich Girl. Now look at that. Next is Birthday Party. Now this was easy because this palette I actually used for my friend's birthday party. She did like some type of Prince theme, or it was like a place that had like a Prince theme going on. So I used the Natasha Denona Purple Blue palette. So here is the Natasha Denona Purple Blue palette. This definitely gives me party vibes because it's just so colorful and vibrant. And when you go to a party, you know, I mean, to me, if you go to a party, you want to do something bold and fun and poppy. So this is just perfect. And again, I did use this for my friend's birthday party. So I'm like, oh, this has to be in the tag. So as you can see, it's a little messy. I do need to pop this out more. I'm thinking about doing a video with this, so we'll see. But the shades that I used when I went to her birthday party, I think it was this shade here. Was it this shade? No, this shade here. This beautiful duochrome. We have this shade, a lot of purples, and this shade. This was a long time ago, but wow, that's gorgeous. That duochrome is intense. I want to swatch this one again. This is a little dry. Oh, that's the matte, so it's a little drier. And I think this is before she reformulated her mattes. So there you go. I want to swatch. I want to use, which one? It was this one I swatched over, where was it? I think it was this shade. I want to swatch that shade again. Yeah, there it goes. It was just a bad swatch, but that is beautiful. Definitely need to use this palette more. So the next occasion would be office, what palette I would use for the office. And when I'm thinking about work, if I were to wear makeup to work, I'm thinking of a one and done makeup look. Like one shade on the eye, blend it out, and I'm done. So that just makes me think about the Tom Ford Nude Dip palette. So honestly, going to work, you waking up early in the morning, you don't feel like doing an intense or extreme eye makeup look, I would just make it simple, put one of these shades on the lid, blend it out, and just keep it moving. So yeah, I would definitely choose the Nude Dip palette for office. So I'm gonna go ahead and give you some swatches. I just recently used this palette. But yeah. The next occasion is running errands, or like an everyday palette. So actually, the funny thing is I'm actually wearing that everyday palette now, but this is not an everyday look. I just kind of got a little bit out of hand, maybe I want to say. But again, when I think of an everyday palette, I kind of think of the same idea of going to work. You want something you want to throw on your lid, blend it out, and go. So I chose the Flower Beauty Jungle Lights palette. And honestly, the shade that I'll probably use for work would probably be this shade here and this shade right here. So these two shades. So foiled. They're really beautiful and they're easy to blend out too. But for this look today, I use this shade and this shade. Just 2 shades, that's it. So the last occasion is New Year's. Now, I wanted to use a palette where I could make an intense look, make something really nice and smoky and glam. And I chose the Wayne Goss palette, his newer palette, the Luxury Eye palette. So here is how the palette looks. The black just does it for me. So when I think about New Year's Eve, I think about like black and silver and just a sparkly look. And this black is really good, really blendable. And this was just, I don't know, it's the perfect New Year's Eve palette. You also have this nice glittery shade here. I'm gonna go ahead and swatch this black. Like, ugh. You could use it for many occasions, but I think that black, it just makes me think of New Year's Eve, and especially the sparkly shade. All right, guys, that completes this video. Please do the tag. I want to know what palette you would use for what occasion. So I hope you enjoyed this. Before you go, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, like and comment, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.